Welcome, true believers, to Bad Wolf Comics. I'm your host, the Bad Wolf, and today we're going to do an overview and custom dust jacket for Little Monsters by Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nguyen. Stick around, it should be fun. Welcome back, true believers, to another Bad Wolf Comics episode. Today we're going to do an overview and custom dust jacket for Little Monsters by Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nguyen. These are the same folks that created the Descender series, which is one of my all-time favorite Image books. Now when I saw this, I saw their names on it and it looked really interesting to me, so I just grabbed it. I didn't even bat an eye. It came out on the FOC, I saw it, I was like, we gotta get that. Looks really good. And the premise was really good too, and we'll get into that when we start actually doing the overview of the book. But for me, I definitely want to do some custom dust jackets for some Image books because these books do not come with dust jackets. And I get some mixed feelings about them. Some folks I talk to think it's a great idea, while others couldn't dream of covering their Image books, which I get. It's beautiful art. It looks really great on the shelf. For me personally, it just boils down to wanting to protect my books. Shelfware is a real thing, folks, and we definitely want to make sure that our books are protected for the long haul. So I think for today, we are doing an overview and a custom dust jacket. So I think we're going to start with the custom dust jacket. I'm going to move into the overview, which is the down view of the book. We'll do a flip through and a basic synopsis. And then I'll go ahead and get into the creation process of the custom dust jackets. So as you can see, here's our original cover. Here's just a plain book, no dust jacket at all. For folks that know me and been watching for a little while, y'all know I am not a fan of white. White covers and such, they just collect dirt too easily. I mean, just as easily as any other book, but you can see it more on the white books. But here's our cover. Great cover, looks really good. And here's our spine. Kind of plain, very white. Gotta get rid of that, and we'll fix that and get that off the shelf. And I'm also, as you folks know, I'm a fan of collected covers, so we want to be able to get those collected covers in the back of there, so we just kind of have reference to see what's in there. Not all books have their collected covers, but this one does have quite a few in there. So, but this is Little Monsters. We'll set this over here. I'm going to bring this up, and here is the cover that we chose, which was very much, I think this was between two covers. So I'd found a couple covers that I liked, but this is definitely the one we went with. It was the best one I could find. And what's funny is when I picked it, even Roy was like, I knew you were going to pick that one. So we got that one on there, and it looks really good. I really like that better than the white here. And it has all the kids there with the ominous red glowing eyes. I really liked this cover. It just stood out. So that's why we went with that one. Now here, once again, here's the collected covers in the back. I like this a lot better as well. I really like what Roy did here. It looks really good and it just pops. Now as for the spine, we really wanted to fill that out more because a Little Monsters stacked on top of Monsters it just leaves a bunch of empty space. So I wanted to stretch that out, and we just stretched it all the way out and put it side by side in a red font. And I think it looks really good. It looks a lot better on the shelf too, especially next to those Descender books. But here's our spine shot. There's no need to do a cut or anything for this. This is actually very short. It's just one book, just showing you the custom dust jacket here. But what do you think? Do you guys like the original book? Do you like the custom dust jacket? Is there a different cover you might have chosen? Do you agree with covering the book to, say, from shelfware, or do you prefer your books raw and without a custom dust jacket, just as they are? Let me know in the comments below. I want to hear about it. Well, next we're going to move into our top-down view, so I can give you a flip through the book. You can see what the art's like, and I can give you a basic synopsis of the story. So if you're on the fence about this book, this will give you a little better idea what it's about. After that, we'll move into the creation process of the custom dust jacket, so you can see a time lapse of the printing, trimming, folding, and wrapping of Bro Dart of the custom dust jacket. All right, here's Little Monsters by Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nguyen. Just want to give you guys a little close-up of what the custom dust jacket looks like. We'll get here to our spine. Fills out nicely, and of course our collected covers. And last but not least, we do have our Bad Wolf Comics logo here. We do that on all of our custom dust jackets that we help design. Let's get this cover off. All right, now we have the standard cover here. No dust jacket. This is how you get the book when you order it. And then there's our spine. And there's our back. All right, we'll just take a look at the book open here. Now these are high gloss pages. I don't really see a lot of bleed through. Now if you put light on the other side of the page, then yes, you will see some bleed through, and that'll happen. But it is a oversized hardcover, so it's as large or as tall as a standard omnibus. I would say probably as large as an OHC, which is pretty much what it is. Now the description reads, "They are the last children on Earth, who also happen to be vampires. For longer than they can remember, these child vampires have lived a life of eternal wonder amongst the ruins of humanity. But shocking events fracture the group and set them on a path of discovery that will shatter their innocence forever. Their ultimate survival depends on their ability to work together against the humans. It's Lord of the Flies meets vampires in an oversized deluxe hardcover volume of the bold series from Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nguyen, the Eisner-winning creative team behind the best-selling Descender and Ascender series." So again, that's why I picked this up, because originally that was what first sparked my interest on it, was those two were doing it. And yeah, I normally don't care for the black and white stuff. I'm usually really want some color with my books and my art, but they did such a good job with this. The black and white with the red and certain other splash colors really did work for me. And I may even look into getting more. This book really had me branching out, and I read it in one sitting. This does collect Little Monsters 1 through 13. I believe it's the full series, but I'm not 100% sure about that. So if anybody out there knows, please let me know in the comments, drop a line. Is this the full series, or do they plan a continuation? Because the way this was left off, they could absolutely continue it, or they could just leave it as is. Personally, I think they should continue it, but that's just, time is money, and you have to pay your artists and your writers. So if the book sold well, then I would imagine they would do more. But I guess we'll have to wait and find out. But it did end in a very story closure type way, but it did leave it open, so if they wanted to, they could do more. Yeah, I could not get enough of this book. It was really well written. The art is on point. It really tells the story well. But yeah, these children vampires start out as the book really starts out with, they've been alone for years, decades, hundreds of years. The elders are gone. It's a post-apocalyptic world, and no one's been around. They haven't seen anyone in forever. And the elders actually left them some rules, like you can't go beyond a certain point, you should stay in this area, don't go where the humans are, certain just ground rules for their survival. And it's been so long that these vampire children range from children, maybe like 8 up to teenagers. So it really is a Lord of the Flies kind of situation if they were vampires. Now, as the years go by, the elders, so to speak, are the oldest, the teenage vampires. They're the ones that are pretty much in charge and kind of keep care of everyone and make sure everyone's doing what they're supposed to do. But like I say, as the years go by, they're starting to be questioned of, why are we staying here? Why are we following the rules? Some of them want to leave. Some of them want to explore a little more and find out what life's all about. And they just don't want to be trapped in this wasteland for the rest of their life. But as the story goes, they do run into some humans, and which causes a whole bunch of stuff to happen. It's it's a catalyst for everything, for all the things to come. And once they taste blood, these children get feral. And it really got up to a point where, they were attacking each other, and the twists and turns that came along, and some of the revelations you find later as the story progresses, really do just kind of make you think. And I really enjoyed this every bit of the way. It was just a great, phenomenal ride. I highly recommend it to anyone that's into vampires or even Lord of the Flies for that matter. But it was just great storytelling, and I think I missed that a lot, and some books just don't have great storytelling anymore. Now, here we're going to get into the end of it, which is the extras and whatnot. They did have splashes of color. It wasn't just the red, but I really liked what they did with it. It really came out well. Here's some sketches. Couple of extra covers. I like that one. That one's pretty good. And I almost used this cover, but it didn't stand out enough to me, and I wanted something more that popped, and I think the red eyes and the one we chose did pop a lot better. It's a good cover. Yeah, here's the one we actually chose, and it was those red eyes that really got me. This cover was almost a choice, but it was too friendly. I really wanted something that's a little more ominous for Little Monsters. But they got some great covers, some great art. Highly recommend the story, and that is our overview of Little Monsters by Jeff Lemire and Dustin Wynn. Slide our dust jacket in, and you want to center it left to right. Pull higher so you folks can see it. You really want to center it left to right to make sure it's in there properly, and then slide it all the way up so it's in this corner as high as it'll go. Then we just fold from the bottom up. As always, we want to take our book and find the spine line. Put it as in the middle as you can, and then just kind of whip it over here. Make sure your spine's good. Some of these, another way to do it is you can actually get your line right here and just pre-fold a little bit. Just do a little pre-folding. Do it right on the line. Sometimes it'll help you match up your spine there. The other side's a little bit, but we'll just use the one. Spine line, make sure this is folded properly. Alright, now we got the spine line. Folding our flat line. All right, Little Monsters is now protected. And that's it for our overview and custom dust jacket of Little Monsters by Jeff Lemire and Dustin Wynn. Let me know in the comments what you thought. Is this a book that you might pick up? Is this something that you've already picked up? Did you enjoy the story? Let me know, I want to hear about it. And as always, I get 90% of my books from Organic Price Books. For those of you that shop at Organic Price Books, don't forget to use the code BADWOLF during checkout for $2 off your order. And if you just can't get enough and you need some great places to talk comics, you can come see me at the Bad Wolf Comics Facebook group And I can also be found lurking in the pages of the Omnibuds Cafe. It's a great place for like-minded folks that like to talk comics. You can even find folks that are selling stuff, and oftentimes you'll find things at better than eBay price. So check them out, you won't be disappointed. But stick around, true believers. Bad Wolf Comics has more in store for the month of October. Still to come, we have our recommended Halloween reading, and on All Hallows Eve, we have our Halloween haul. Until then, I am the Bad Wolf. This is Bad Wolf Comics. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.
Ha 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 ha!